Hi everybody, my name is Safia and today I will be cooking a very fast and easy, simple meal. It's chickpea pasta. So we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna wash my hands first before we get to cooking because it's sanitary. You know, we can put Corona out there. Okay, so today we're gonna be doing a chickpea pasta that I learned from one of my friends. So I recently became vegan about 5 months ago, but I actually was a vegetarian roughly 5 years ago. But at that time, I really didn't understand what I was doing, and this is part of my new journey. So, anyway, getting into veganism, I thought would be hard, but it really wasn't hard. It's for me, for 5 months now, it's been pretty easy. So, I already pre-chopped my onions, my garlic, and my carrots. So, what I chopped up was 1 carrot. I did 3 cloves of garlic because I love me some garlic. No, I lied. It's 4 cloves. And a half of onion. And then I have some chickpeas that I have in the pot right now cooking. And I actually have some pasta that's already cooked. It's whole wheat. I mixed 2. I mixed the whole wheat and then I mixed brown pasta with quinoa from Aldi's. Really good pasta. So I'm gonna heat my garbanzo beans up. I'll put the garbanzo beans here, low heat, because we don't want them to burn. Now, I'll put my skillet on. So to make this sauce, just gonna be cooking up my carrots and my onions and my garlic into a hot saucepan with olive oil. I love me some olive oil. You can do any kind of oil though, whatever you have. I know times it's hard, so if you can't get olive oil, vegetable oil is just fine. Okay, so I'm gonna get started. I have my pan on. The fire's not too high. Try not to put it on too high. I have a tendency to have the fire on high, so it'll be good. So, okay, I hear it. So I'm gonna add my carrots, all of this, and I'm gonna cook it for about 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. Hear that? So, essentially what I want to do is cook these until it's soft, so the onions are almost translucent and the garlic is soft as well. Because after that, what we're going to do is with the garbanzo beans, we're going to add the carrot and the garlic and the onions into the blender along with the garbanzo beans. Now, some recipes I've seen online, people tell me they boil it. I've actually done this before, but with what did I do? Oh, butternut squash, macaroni and cheese. I boiled it, but I learned when you cook it on top of the stove, it has more of a buttery taste when you put it in the. It's smoother when you put it in the blender. It actually smells good. I love these aromatics. I love some carrots and some onions and garlic. Actually, I like some more. So, what made me get into veganism was, well, I noticed I was gaining a lot of weight. Coronavirus. Corona had me out here big. And I've always been a big girl, but I was eating really unhealthy. And I was very stressed out. I'm an essential worker. I work in a nursing home. And coming home, I was just very stressed and depressed. So what do we naturally do? We eat our pain. We eat our stress and all that. And I think we were watching a documentary my boyfriend and I, we were watching a documentary on veganism, and it just hit me like, I need to take care of my body. So I'm very big on self-care, and self-care isn't only about like, buying clothes or whatever, getting nails done, like those things. But it's also about taking care of yourself, physically, mentally, and spiritually. So I decided that I don't want to eat any more animals. You're eating another body. You're eating another carcass. I don't want to do that anymore. So I decided to go vegan, more plant-based than anything, because you can be a vegan and still be unhealthy. So I wanted to make sure that before I tried this with the vegetarianism, and it did not work out at all. So that's what we need to be a vegan. And it's been such a wonderful and beautiful journey for me. I actually lost a lot of weight. I used to be like 230, and now I'm like $190, like 198. So I lost a lot of weight, and I started, so it's 5 months. Everything is smelling good. I can smell my garbanzo beans. Pork. So I try not to put too much seasoning in the beans. I usually put like salt and pepper, but I feel like with the garlic and the onions, you don't really need to do that much. But I may put a little bit of salt, just a little bit, because I'm trying to watch my high blood pressure and all that good stuff. So put a generous amount, and pepper. I just got this today. Okay, there you go. Add some pepper. Oh my God, I wish it had smell-o-vision. It actually smells really good. With this pasta, with this chick pea sauce, you don't have to add nutritional yeast. I'll show you what nutritional yeast is. So nutritional yeast. And it adds that nice cheesy flavor. Again, I've actually used this when I made my butternut squash mac and cheese, and it was so good. I'll do that video. So I might add a little bit of this, but you don't really need it. It's very much optional. Okay. So it's starting to get soft. The carrots are a little hard, so I still gotta cook the carrots down a little more. But the onion and garlic, the onions starting to get translucent, and the garlic is getting good. It smells so good. Oh my God. Okay. So once everything starts to cook up and everything gets soft and the carrots are soft, we're gonna pop it in the blender, and that's it. It's such a simple and easy recipe, and I definitely recommend this for beginners. Being a vegan, there is some controversy behind it in terms of how expensive it is, and I can honestly say I don't want to say it's expensive, because I don't want to kind of deter people from becoming a vegan, because it's wonderful. I can go on for days what good things have happened to me. Again, I lost weight, my skin, and just mentally and physically how I feel. But it could be very expensive. So what I want to do essentially is try to make it easy for people's pockets, and also just make it just as yummy as if you were to go to some vegan restaurant and get a pasta from there. So the chickpeas. We're gonna stir them up. I forgot to mention. For me, I drained it in the aquafaba, but I should have kept a little bit in it. But it's okay. I have some olive oil in it, so it's gonna taste good. I'm so excited for you guys to see how it's gonna look. And again, it's such a simple. It literally takes about 20 to 30 minutes to prep this whole thing together. I don't have any parsley as a garnish. So what I will do is I will add some spinach. I love spinach. I ate all of the arugula. So I have spinach. So I'm gonna use my spinach as a garnish. Alright, so the chickpeas, I'm gonna take that long to cook up. Because again, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this in the blender, blend it up until it's like a nice creamy sauce. And then we're gonna put it in our pasta, and then that's it. Carrots might take a while to cook. So I'm a vegan, and my partner, he is a pescatarian, and I'm so used to cooking dinners for us both, so I have to make separate dinners. But I actually like doing it. I'm not really, I cook, but I don't cook as much. And so once I became a vegan, I realized that okay, girl, you gotta start cooking for yourself and not relying on going to restaurants. There isn't a lot of, in New York City, there's a good amount, but I've been to a few, and there's probably like 2 restaurants that I would go back to. So instead of spending money and getting a meal from them, I'd rather spend money, I go to Aldi's. Aldi's have really good vegetables, and they have a good vegan section. Wegmans, I love Wegmans. Oh my God. Trader Joe's, when I'm feeling bougie, I love Trader Joe's. I don't do Whole Foods much, but Whole Foods does have a good selection of stuff. But yeah, becoming a vegan was the best thing I could ever do, and eating these yummy, delicious foods. So about 10 minutes this should be all done, and we're gonna pop this baby in the blender, and we're gonna have our creamy Chick Pea pasta sauce with spinach garnish. Sorry, because I'm smelling the garlic and it smells really good, so it's on my mind. Yeah. Hey guys, so the carrots and everything is cooked, as well as the garbanzo beans. I have to put my hair, it was getting hot in here, child. So we're gonna add. So I put a little bit of water in here, but you can add water as you go along. Have creamy, nice creamy flavor to it. Try to get all this good stuff in here. Okay. Now, I added 1 carrot, but because I'm just eating it, so I'm not making like a really big helping. But you can add like 2 carrots. You can add more onions. You can add more garlic cloves. But again, because it's just me, now that I wash my hands. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of seasoning, not too much. So everyone knows and loves Tabitha Brown, and this everything bagel seasoning. I use it a lot. So I'm gonna add a little bit, even though we have that mixture. I just like that taste. I'm very light with seasoning. I try not to be. I'm usually heavy in it, but trying to be more light-handed with the seasoning. I love me some paprika. Paprika don't really have a taste, but I don't know. I just like paprika. And a pinch of salt. I don't know if this looks like a pinch, but okay, yeah, that's a pinch. Okay, so we're gonna I'm gonna give me a cup of water just in case. Sometimes with this, I've noticed like it doesn't blend all the way, so I have the little top off. So, okay, so I'm going to puree. A little bit of water. I'll just blend a little bit more. That was the problem I was having with my butternut squash. My butternut squash mac and cheese. There you go. That's what you want. Nice. That's what you want. And okay, I'm gonna stop it. I'm just gonna look at it and see. Oh my god, that smells so good. Alright, so I'm gonna let it blend a little bit. Oh, yes. So again, this is optional. I just like the taste of the nutritional yeast. So I'm gonna add a little bit. I'm just gonna add a little bit more water because I want it to be really creamy and I don't want it to be clumpy. That is so nice. The smell though. Oh. So it has the creamy consistency that I want. So my pasta is already cooked. So I'm going to start serving. Oh, wash my hands. Oh, it's hot. That's one thing about cooking. Just get too darn hot. But okay, so I'm going to add my pasta in a bowl. And this is how the pasta looks. This pasta is really good. I love it. It tastes really good, so I took a little piece of it. And this is quinoa brown. I'm gonna look for the bag. I'll find it because I don't want to lie to y'all. With some almonds. And it's gluten free. Okay. So, got the mixture. Oh my god, guys. Wait, I just want to show you what it looks like. Y'all don't know. This smells so good. That's my dog in the background. Okay. And I'm going to take a bite now. I'm glad I added the nutritional yeast. It's so good. It's very rich and creamy, but very, very filling. So this is my first video, but I do hope that you guys enjoyed. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free. Peace, family.